Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 502. The title of today's lesson is the difference between a horrible movie and a horror movie. Now, over the years, I've often seen students actually make this mistake. Sometimes they will actually say a horrible movie when they mean a horror movie. This came up last time in class because we were explaining sometimes, like if it's a scary movie and you cover your eyes, sometimes people will do that so they don't see the scary scene. And I was trying to explain that sometimes we open our fingers and we say that we peek through our fingers, even though we think it's scary, but we want to see that. We want to see the horror. But we're still kind of hiding at the same time. And when I asked the student, did you ever do that? And she says, I only do that during horrible movies. So let's cover this part. If a native speaker hears somebody say a horrible movie, a native speaker will assume that you mean a movie like of low quality, or a movie that's terrible, or a movie that did not please you. It does not necessarily mean that it's a horror movie, that it has scary scenes. You could have horrible movies that have nothing to do with killing or any terrible scenes. So in this sense, you should never say a horrible movie. You should say horror movie. That's a common noun phrase that we often use to mean a movie that is purposely made to entertain people by scaring them, such as ghost movies or monster movies where, people are eaten by monsters, or possibly, these what we call like slasher psycho horror films. These are horror movies. These are the ones that you would do it. Now, I can understand why sometimes students might make a mistake too, because there is another meaning of the word horrible that means to cause shock or to cause fear. And we might hear this in a sentence like, she heard a horrible scream. That kind of implies that there was some fear or something shocking. Or you could say he died a horrible death. That implies that too. But you should not really say a horrible movie, because a native speaker or one where English is their first language, they won't think that. They will think that you mean horrible more in the sense of like terrible. Okay, and we do have a few others too. Like a more normal sort of an adjective of horror might be horrific, or you could have, like the student in the class could have also described that they cover their eyes during like horrible scenes. That might have been okay, or horrific scenes. You could say it that way, but you should not say horrible movie. This would definitely confuse a Westerner, and that would not be proper. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.